Hi, here's the door, all painted, both sides, 2 coats, doorknobs on, so it's all ready to go back into its frame. First thing, check that you've got the right frame for the right door. I numbered the bottoms of my pieces so that if they got modelled up I'd be able to put them back at this stage. It does make it easier to put it back to the same one because the holes are already pre-made in them and they will just locate that much easier. So the first thing you do is make sure you've got your holes at the top or the bottom and put your door inside the frame. It will only go one way. There is a little rebate at the bottom of the door here and your door needs to sit inside that like going in a tray, so it's being held like that. If I let go of that end you can see that's floppy, but if I let go of that end you can see it's held in the rebate, so you know your door's in the right place. I don't think it matters which pin you put in first. It seems to me, having done quite a lot of them, it's equally easy or equally difficult. It's just the look of the door as to whether they go straight in or not. The pin at the top doesn't have a head on it, it's just a bar. It actually doesn't even have a point on it, it is just a little metal part of a pin trimmed off. So may as well start with that as I've picked it up. It's a case of putting it through the hole at the top. You can just push it through a little bit so you can see it if you think that that's going to help you. I don't bother, I just wiggle it about until I can feel it go in, and there it goes. It is just that easy. It's just luck as to whether it drops straight in or not. You find the top's a little bit proud because your finger's soft, so as you're pushing it in it's going into your finger rather than into the wood. So to finish it off, it doesn't matter what you use, just find something with a hard surface and just push the pin down that last little bit. When I rub my finger across the top of there, I can't feel it at all. It's right in place. So now actually the door's quite firmly in place because it's pinned at the top and the rebate's holding it at the bottom. So turn around to the other end, grab your pin. Sorry, I need to pick it up to look for the hole. Find the hole and then wiggle and jiggle till you find the other hole. And there you go. And the same again, we now have a pin sticking out. So just get something to shove it in. This pin head will always stick out a little bit. I haven't ever found that it stopped a door going in. It's not great. I don't think it's a great idea. I think it's better really if that was rebated a little bit and it went further in. But unless it's going to give you any difficulty fitting it into the hole in the doll's house, I wouldn't bother about it. I'd just leave it as it is. If you do have a problem, then you're just going to either gouge a little bit out around there so you can push it in further, or you're going to have to gouge out a little bit in the doll's house so that that pin will sit in it. But as I said, I can't remember having that issue. So just leave them until you see if you do or not. So there you go, one door in its doorway that will open and close. That's the back of the door, of course, the rough side. And when it goes in your doll's house, you'll actually be putting door trims over the edge of that to cover those up, to neaten those up. So there's the good side, and yes, your door opens and closes just fine. And those doorknobs don't come off. If I'm pulling the door open from this side, they'll stay perfectly well, perfectly firm.